Hello, hello, and welcome to Happy Time, Happy Money podcast. And today we have Eric Almonte. He is a college and high school sports coach who decided to study personal finance after graduating college. After realizing that everyone should know a lot of this information, he decided to dive in further and keep learning. So that now he manages a page that Mindset Knowledge Walls on Instagram and is trying to spread as much knowledge as possible when it comes to personal finances. Hi and welcome, Eric.
Well,
Well, awesome. Always, I would love to hear what is your story, and the kind of your story is already in bio, but like tell us more on what inspired you to do on what you're doing right now.
yeah, so I come from a family and a culture. So I'm Hispanic and technically, some would say minority in the U.S. with other minority groups. And finance is a taboo subject, I guess you can say. Like nobody really speaks about it. We're not taught about debt, loans, credit, anything like that. So I decided to take it upon myself to like really learn not just why we don't learn about those things, but like what is the power of knowing these things. And videos, Google articles, I would say courses. I took a lot of them, and I just did a lot of my own research. Took a lot from different investors, different speakers, and just made it my own. Like I'll take pieces from someone like Dave Ramsey, which there's parts of him that a lot of people don't agree with. Robert Kiyosaki, where there's parts that I don't agree with. Warren Buffett, and then I took what works for me, obviously, but like what is the simplest thing. And I just came to the conclusion that seeing how almost everyone that I've known that's above 60 years old and things like that wasn't really able to retire. So because of that, I decided to not only find out why, but like what can you do to be able to retire or retire early if that's what you want to do. But one thing led to another. I decided to help my mother out and things like that. And here I am now, I just studied a lot.
Awesome. So what do you think is the top three mistakes that people are making when they're starting learning about finance or when they're doing the wrong financial decisions?
I think I'll give you three fresh mistakes, but like one right before after making those mistakes is automatically starting to invest first, like just diving in. But before that, it would be things like trying to get rich quick, right? Like everyone, sees their friend making money or the lottery or gambling and things like that, or a stock is going up without them or a new trend, and they think that they can do the same thing as well. And it's a dangerous game to play because you have moments where it can do well, but for the long run, it's not a really like successful game. It takes a lot of time. But another mistake too is not taking their finances seriously. I think too many people just feel like it's just gonna work out. I think they think that when they hit 60, retirement happens. And that's not the reality for a lot of people, especially if you kind of don't own your own home. It's like you can't just wake up and then just think that the government, like Social Security or a 401k, is gonna like save you. And within that too as well, I think that enough people like don't invest enough into their retirement accounts. I think some think that 10,000 will hold them down and then it'll just grow, but like the reality is that it kind of doesn't. And I think another mistake is the mindset and just emotions and time, right? Like it takes time. Almost everything that's real takes time. And I think that people just, like I said before, they want it fast, but just in general with investing, like you have to be patient, and I think we can do better at like working at those things. So I think those are like three common mistakes. There's, I wouldn't call them too much mistakes. I would say more of like we're like conditioned, or like we think that that's the normal, right? Like we're supposed to take on student debt, buy a house, get married, buy a car, and it's like all of that is already like $300,000 to $500,000 in debt, So it's like it's tough. So I think those are some common mistakes.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I think trying, to get rich quick, it's just, it can be lottery, but
Yeah.
we know
Yeah.
it's very substantial, and they're proven that people that are winning lotteries, they're losing that money really fast because they don't know how to manage them and how to use
Yes.
them.
Yes.
They will just give them away, lose them, do wrong decisions, and lose them all. So absolutely patience. So what will be your number one advice?
I would say to study. I think that's the big one. I think, like I said before, people just dive in. I think even you could even study the three things that I just said that were mistakes, right? Like debt, student loans, mortgages, things like that, right? Like just a little bit of research, like just not signing on a dotted line, or just not like throwing in money, or just not like buying something. I think we have to switch from consumer mindset, like, and then become an investor. So I think studying is really big, because once you know like what it's able to do for you, you won't want to turn back. Like that's what happened to me. And then a lot of the people that follow my page, and even the other finance pages, they're like, this is so true, this is this, and then they put their stuff up too, and like everybody's just agreeing. Because once you step in, it's like it's hard. You can't really. It's hard to see money another way, without it making more money for you. So I think studying is definitely like the number one.
Thank you. And the last question that I always ask, and it's more of a filling the blank statement. So filling the blank for me. If you really knew me, you will know that I am blank.
Determined.
That is a good quality. Awesome. So share with our audience where they can find you and learn more from you.
Yeah, so my Instagram page is at Mindset Knowledge Wealth, 2 periods in between. I also have 2 courses on there. I would say that, take the time to study, whether it's from me or from someone else, like just study. That's all. I just want to spread this information because we need it. We can't retire without it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Aura, for coming on, and thank you everybody for watching or listening to this episode. And you will find all links in the below and show notes. Click it, will take it to the web page, and there will be all information and contact information of Eric and mine. And please do send us any messages, reviews on how do you like it and what would you like to see more. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.